Welcome back to Sideline Pulse, the Daily Nebraskans' only sports podcast. I don't know if we have any other.
Scarlet Fever.
Formerly Scarlet Fever. As many of the Scarlet Fever fans know, this is the new version. I'm assistant sports editor and football beat writer Ben Beecham, joined by staff writer Logan Moseley and all-around guy Sam Whittaker. I still don't know his title.
Know my title.
What you say your title then? I don't know your title.
Graphics. I mean, you've just called me Young Samuel all the time. So
Your
Young
title is
Samuel,
graphics.
boy, photographer. I don't know.
Giddy up,
Jack of all trades.
Sure.
Overall great guy.
That's
Say that every time.
That's just what my mind goes to. Well, we're all happy around here. But it's kind
You're
of
never going to introduce me.
Oh, my God.
You are never going to introduce
You already
me.
talked. You
Well,
already
Jack.
talked.
I still want people to know me.
You literally said Jack. That is half his name.
Jack of all trades.
Jackson's here, guys.
Your future roommate next
Hi,
year.
guys. My name
We're
is
not going to
Jackson.
be in the same room.
I know, but like.
My name's Jackson. I'm doing the video.
I'm just going to keep doing it now. Jackson, the guy who didn't
And I
know.
know who Rank Mast is.
He knows who he is now. We're all happy around here, but things were not as happy
we're
on
not.
Friday.
We're not happy.
This
We're
is
still not
coping.
happy.
This is coping. Because that was
Coping?
Nebraska,
I'm coping from that
Nebraska
game.
football. It was a very grim scene on Friday. 40-16 loss to Iowa. But how many unanswered points did Iowa score?
23.
23. Yeah.
All in the second half.
Yeah, Nebraska didn't score in the second half.
What a game. What a game that was. Emmett Johnson ripped off that run, scored that touchdown. Like, wow, Nebraska really has a chance. I'm like, maybe we're going to go to Tampa.
It's like Penn State.
Yeah.
Big run at the beginning.
Yeah,
I was
when
like,
they call it back.
I was like, maybe they're going to win this and we're going to go to Tampa.
Ooh, something happened.
Oh, shit.
Something happened.
What
Who got
happened?
fired?
John Butler is gone. It's
No,
time to
breaking
overreact.
news.
Whoa. Live Sideline Pulse.
Clickbait title. Clickbait the title.
Live Sideline Pulse.
Clickbait.
I knew it was gonna happen.
Okay.
I don't
Well,
know.
Wow.
after this game, we kind of have. I'm a little impartial to the decision because I don't blame a lot of these, like the defensive problems, on John Butler. It was a scheme he kind of inherited, the 3-3-5, and he just does not have the athletic guys you need to run the 3-3-5. Their front seven, what I've heard is that they just do not have the athleticism. The coaches don't think it, that they just don't have the guys in that front seven on the team to do it right. Maybe they've already talked to some defense coordinators that they really just want something that's going to move the needle more, but I don't know if this is the move. This kind of feels like when Frost brought in a bunch of new coordinators the year before he got fired.
I disagree.
I'm not saying Merrill's getting fired.
I feel like Butler, he just never really seemed like he enjoyed working at Nebraska. I'm going to be honest.
I'm going to argue, you kind of want your defense coordinator to look like they're not enjoying anything ever.
Yeah, I mean,
don't hate that take. Yeah.
you want a guy that's harsh, but like he just didn't seem like he enjoyed coaching football like at all. Like it's particularly Nebraska football and college football. Like I don't know. Every time at the he made it very clear we just like don't have the players in the program. We're going to be looking at recruits, and I don't want to say like deflected, but like he made it very clear, and like he was just super blunt, which I do like in a coach, but I don't know. He's never really seemed like he enjoyed
Never
his time at
moved the
Nebraska.
needle. And I think Nebraska is a team that should have a defense coordinator like Tony White before, who kind of moves the needle and elevates the defense. It isn't kind of like managing it.
Right.
And I think the other thing too is he's not a bad defensive coordinator. He's not. He had one of the best secondaries in the country. That is him, especially as a secondaries coach. But you don't need that from your defensive coordinator in the Big Ten. You need a Tony White that is going to focus on stopping the run. That's what kept us in games last year. That's why we lose so many one-score games, is because we can stop the run. We can't stop the pass, and that's why I really wish that we had some people stayed. Like, as much shit that he gets on Twitter, James Williams, I do wish he kind of stayed because he would have helped. Jamari Butler.
Yeah, I never got
would have helped.
the James Williams.
He kind of did some of
hate.
this stuff to himself.
I
though.
don't care.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see which defensive assistants stick around. I think Dvorak, I think that's the guy they want to keep.
Yeah.
I think Addison Williams is the guy they really need to keep, especially because of his relationship with Torrey Pittman.
Yes.
I think is big.
Yes.
Phil, and then a lot of the first-year guys like Brad and Phil Simpson. I'm interested to see if maybe a new defense coordinator would bring in his own guys, or what's going to
Do
be
they
the
go
situation
internal
there.
or external, you think?
I don't think there's a guy right on this team that would be internal, like a good internal hire, except maybe Rob Dvorak. He kind of has that like the edge and the grit that you need in a defensive coordinator. But I think firing Butler kind of points to they want to make a big splash kind of hire, especially with this coaching carousel. It's going to be someone who is maybe an elite level coordinator that wasn't a good head coach that will be available.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. And I guess what baffles me the most is the fact that Butler is the first to go.
Yeah, why is Donovan Raiola still employed?
Let's go back to Iowa for a bit. Is that the defensive struggles weren't? I don't think it was a scheme thing. I think it was straight up they were just getting out. I don't know. This is the word out athletic. Yeah, I'm making that up. New word.
From field level, I mean, Gronowski he had so much time and he used his tight ends to full efficiency, and Nebraska just didn't cover guys, especially like they have somebody on the sideline and nobody's within like a 10-foot
a lot
radius.
of people were blaming Rex Guthrie. You can't blame everything on the secondary, especially when there's that domino effect when you don't have any pass rush, that it's going to make it a lot more restrained, especially when they run that play action on those defensive backs.
I think the other thing, too, the fact that Iowa had almost 50 carries in total as a team and 4 touchdowns on the ground, that's just getting out.
That's Iowa football.
That is Iowa football, but your defensive coordinator should be able to at least try and throw a punch at Iowa football.
When Iowa has, like, all Big Ten, nearly all Americans, Logan Jones and Cade Piper, both guys that Nebraska should have gotten if they recruited them.
Exactly.
That's neither here nor there. But when they have guys like that and you have the Riley Van Poppels and Keona Davises of the world going against them, you're going to lose that 10 times out of 10.
Every time.
And they've lost it every single year.
It just baffles me in so many ways because this team, you would think that you bring in a big guy like Gabe Moore. That was supposed to be the anchor of the defensive line.
David Hufkin, which Hufkin kind of being in the game is almost like a product of them just not knowing what to do with what they've got.
Exactly. And
there's like, we'll just throw this big German guy in the middle. Like we'll try. We'll try something.
And I think that's part of the problem right there. If you can let I was scoring 40 points on you is one thing. The fact that the over-under for this game was set at 39.5, and Iowa scores 40. I think that is a testament to the defensive staff as a whole, and that's the problem.
Well, as John Butler formerly said, football is a game about big men.
Where's his big men at?
They're coming. I mean, the class of 2027.
The big men are coming. The big men are coming. Episode title, The Big Men Are Coming.
Well, I mean, you look at like the class of 2027, it looks really good. I mean, you look at the offense, obviously, you've got
but we still have one more year. That's
yes,
I'm sorry to interrupt you,
I know.
But that's the thing. It's
Nebraska.
Did you forget Trey Taylor's name?
Yes, I did for a second. But
Taylor,
like, look at that.
Pittman.
Trey Taylor has been a better recruiter than any recruiter Nebraska has. I mean, him and shout out Amir Brown for this tweet of Emmett Johnson's 71-yard run, saying that's gonna be me soon. That hyped me up so much. I want the future to come now.
I know, but we still have another year.
We have a gauntlet next year.
I know. We have no recruits in the class of 2026. We have a gauntlet of a schedule next year.
Nebraska
2026, they did not take a big class, but they have 5-star Danny Odom coming in, 5-star corner, lengthy 6'2" guy. They have running backs coming in. I wouldn't say it's a nothing class. I think it's kind of like a bridge class between 25 and 27. 27 is kind of like the big hitter class for Rule.
Yeah.
Which almost it kind of feels like insurance for him because it's like you can't move on for me. I have this huge 2027 class you don't want to break up.
Yeah.
Which kind of a tactical move, but neither here nor there.
There's so
much.
But
I do think this Butler situation it kind of can open the floodgates of Rule is not afraid to get rid of his assistants, especially guys that he kind of like he's kind of like defended all year. Like this is our guy. Like he is the right guy to lead our defense. Now he's kind of like we can go out and get someone better, especially in this kind of coaching.
I think that's the big critique of Matt Rule as well is the fact that he lets his assistants stay on for as long as they do. And he gives them such a long leash. So the fact that he lets him go after 1 year as full-time DC is kind of shows that he's taking this seriously, which I'm glad.
I didn't want to get into coaching carousel talk today, but I do think we should pull up names of like.
Man, I'm trying to think.
Yeah, let's pull up some coaches that just got fired. I mean,
let's talk about the elephant in Lane Kiffin. I mean, obviously that entire move, and then basically telling
He's
his
going to take a
his staff-
downgrade from going from Ole Miss head coach to LSU head coach to Nebraska defensive coordinator as an offensive-minded coach. I love the thinking.
Jonathan Smith, the defensive guy, that's probably something I should know.
I didn't think we were talking about
Jonathan
replacements
Smith?
right now. I thought
Yeah.
we were just talking
Well,
about
now we
the
are.
person fired.
We didn't think John Butler was going to get fired.
Why don't we get Logan to be the new DC?
No,
Okay.
I'd rather be OC. So
Everyone's gonna have their short list
I'd
in the next
prefer
few
not.
days, but everyone's gonna have their short list here in the next few days. But I will throw in the name of current defensive pass game coordinator for the Denver Broncos, James Leonard, former Wisconsin defensive coordinator. His name was thrown around a lot for the head coaching job at Wisconsin.
Yes, he was.
And Nebraska too.
Would
a
that
little
be a
bit.
downgrade though?
For Jim Leonard?
Would it be a downgrade?
Or from John Butler.
John
no,
Butler to
no,
Jim.
for Leonard.
If he wants to be defensive, if he wants to be an NFL guy, yes. But if he wants to go back to the college ranks and potentially wants to be a college head coach one day, I do think Nebraska would be a great job for him, especially because Tony White was in those head coaching conversations.
That's true.
After 1 year.
That's true. I still think that.
I mean,
I don't think Norvell's going to be gone. I think he's going to clean house.
I was just going to say that we don't know what's going to happen at Florida State. I do think they would have moved on from Norvell if they wouldn't. They also said that they're sticking with him, but
Yeah.
they could make some assistant changes. I don't think Tony White would be a part of that. He's not coming back to Nebraska.
I think Terrence Knighton would be a very good defensive coordinator for Nebraska. He's got that mentality of punch a fella in the face, get down, get dirty. Let's go win the trenches.
But then there's also the thing of does Nebraska want him back?
I don't
think he
ruffled the feathers too much.
I don't think he burned the bridge, but I also think it's just like everything's about optics, especially for Matt Rule. Matt Rule's a big optics guy. I think he thinks that's bad for optics. One thing I know about Matt Rule is he's gonna make a splash hire. Dana Holgerson, even though he struggled a bit, it was a splash hire. Former head coach of some very, very explosive offenses.
I want his splash hire to be Sam Pittman. That's what I want his splash hire to be. I don't care about the defensive coordinator splash hire.
Nebraska currently has an offensive line coach.
Currently. It shouldn't be the case, but they currently do.
Not for much longer.
Not for much longer.
But now with this Butler thing, I'm interested to see, is it only going to be the defensive staff, or is he just going to go clean house on his assistant staff? Which I don't know if that's it. This is very reminiscent of that Frost year where he brought in Mickey Joseph and Mark Whipple in the offseason, and that was supposed to be what moved the needle. And now is Rule going to try and do the same, kind of like bring in some transfers, like, hey, we got this whole new coaching staff, kind of almost inject some sort of hype and hope into the fan base, which after Friday, I mean, if you were there, you know, the fan base is very out on this team right now.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
and for
that
good
was
reason.
bad.
I mean,
Good reason.
if you weren't there at Memorial Stadium Friday, by third quarter, half-empty stadium, fourth quarter, as clocks were winding down, all you would hear is "Let's go Hawks" chants, and no one was trying to refute them either.
No, because they deserved it after that. That was straight belt to ass. Like, genuinely, that's what that was.
That was the worst, like, crowd environment in Memorial I've ever seen personally. Like,
And student
it
section
was hard to even imagine that we were in the lead halfway through the second quarter. Like, that is not even the type of game that you imagine. And then the energy just got sucked out of the room. There was barely even energy there to begin with. I feel like people were just, like, too caught up about the cold, which, you know, being Nebraskans, we should be apt to that. But it just felt like people weren't. The environment was dead. The loudest I ever heard the stadium that entire game was after the missed Barney targeting call off of the safety, which debatable, but I don't know
at this point. I think we need to have the conversation too. In my opinion, at least, this is Matt Rule's worst loss. I think this.
Yeah.
I think this is worse than the UCLA game last year. I think this is worse than Penn State last week. I think this is the low point of Matt Rule's tenure at Nebraska.
very bad time to have a low point, especially when a lot of players are probably making their decision on do I want to stay or do I want to go somewhere else. I know some players are making some cryptic posts that fans like to read the tea leaves on, but I do think this is a bad. I will agree with you and say that it's probably his worst loss, just in the fashion that it happened and sort of based on how the seasons go and like the context of his expectations coming to this year. Get that win over Iowa, win 8 or 9 games. Doesn't do either of them.
Especially his first 2 years, especially his first year when he shouldn't have been competing against Iowa and we lose 13-10. And then last year when everything went wrong in that game, we still only lost 13-10. Really, we just lost because of a 72-yard Caleb Johnson touchdown. That was about it. And this year,
Yeah, they contend,
we just didn't. There was nothing on that field.
They contend with Iowa every year. It should be like that. Even in the down years of Scott Frost, they were always playing close with Iowa. The only beatdown I can remember like this was like the last game of Mike Riley's.
Yeah, when they put up
2017?
54.
Yeah,
54.
they ran I think 2 fake field goals in that game.
Yeah.
I think Nebraska ran a couple of fake field goals, so I think Mike Riley was pulling out all the stops for that one.
He was trying to save his job, but at the end of the day,
he knew he was gone.
Yeah,
he knew he was gone.
Everyone knew he was gone.
Bring back Mike. I liked Mike.
No,
He was
if we're
he
bringing
was
back
a nice
anybody,
guy.
if
He
we're
was
bringing
nice.
back anybody,
How many-
It's Bo Pelini.
How many hip hip hoorays has Matt Rule led in the locker room after a win over a top 10 team? 0. How many times did Mike Riley do that? 1. That's all you need.
The
Moving
stats
into
speak
top-
for themselves.
Moving into talking about a good team, we have Nebraska volleyball, #1 overall seed, NCAA tournament bracket, taking on Long Island University in the first round.
Sick
on-
segue,
Rematch
bro.
of last
on
year, was it
Friday.
not?
Your segues are out of control. Everyone knows that.
Thank you. I try my best.
Game, respect, game.
Long Island, what's their 20-8 Long Island. I think they're the Sharks.
They are
Yep,
the
the
Sharks.
Sharks.
Sharks
One
are
of the-
coming to Lincoln.
One of the most unique color schemes ever. I
Okay,
would say that.
graphics, boy.
blue and yellow.
Yeah, it's like a light
Blue and yellow.
A pastel
Ukraine.
blue mixed in with a little
They're in
bit
like
of
New
bright
York.
yellow.
They're in like New York
Get it.
too.
You know what their color
Yeah,
scheme
Long
reminds
Island
me
is
of?
in Long Island is in New
Well,
York.
Where do you see a shark on Long Island?
So it's
Hudson
an
River.
island.
Dude,
And that's all we're
Jaws.
going to talk about with
What?
islands.
Jaws.
Yeah, have you never seen Jaws?
Never seen Jaws? They're in New York,
That's
right?
northeast.
when is
Northeast.
Jaws in Manhattan?
He was in
Oh,
a
this
place
is
he
Long
shouldn't have
Island.
been.
This is okay. No,
Back to the plot.
this is Long Island. Now, do you know that Long Island is its like own thing?
Yes.
It's not Manhattan.
Yes.
They're in the
That was a
ocean.
joke.
They're by the ocean.
Yes.
There are
Jaws
sharks in the
happens
ocean.
Northeast. We could get Bill Dolman in here, Jaws expert.
Bill Hot Dog
We can
Dolan.
paint the color to the black and white here.
Jaws takes place in the Northeast, so there's probably sharks around somewhere Long Island. That
Yeah.
otherwise they wouldn't have named them that. But talking about Nebraska volleyball. Talking about Nebraska volleyball. I mean, what else is there to say? I mean, in their first round match against Florida A&M last year, they won us at 25-3. So there's not going to be anything interesting from this first weekend of volleyball. When they win, I think I can say that. When they
Pretty
win,
confidently.
they will play the winner of K-State and eighth regional seed San Diego. San Diego is a team that made it to the Final Four a couple years ago. Especially when you're playing Nebraska in the NCAA tournament, they might pull out everything, play their hardest, but so is Nebraska. I mean, Nebraska hasn't played in full force that often, and I feel like the time they do is like Penn State, and they whooped Penn State. Didn't score over 14 in a single set in either matchup.
Looking at the bracket, the only team maybe that's going to give Nebraska any trouble,
Louisville.
at least on their side.
Pitt did take a set off them
Yeah.
in the opener, so I will say
But we wouldn't see them, or they wouldn't see them till the Final Four.
any team with Olivia Babcock is probably a threat. Louisville, though.
Louisville, and you could
That's
see
what I was kinda
Nebraska
thinking.
could see them in the Elite Eight.
Yes.
That would be a fun match.
Yeah.
That would
That's
be really
about-
fun.
Storylines write themselves.
DBK's.
Storylines write themselves, but also I'm not confident this Louisville team could handle Nebraska.
No. I really don't think there's
I
a
really
team.
think it's
It's
only
close.
Pitt and Kentucky. Kentucky is the team that took them to 5 sets. That is still when they were figuring out the libero situation, which I'm not sure they have
No.
completely.
They have not.
Nebraska.
No.
I don't.
We are talking about Nebraska.
Well, I, no, fan of.
Show away and mock. I mean, I don't know.
A Nebraska Kentucky national championship would be something where I'm like, I'm interested to see like how this turns out, especially because Nebraska on that stage, especially the Final Four national championship stage, has struggled a bit.
Yeah, and that's what I'm worried about. The other side of the bracket, in the hypothetical sense that Nebraska makes it all the way to the
If it's all
championship
chalk.
game. If it's all chalk, it's probably either going to be either Texas or Kentucky.
And Kentucky, who's beaten, I think, swept Texas a couple weeks
And
ago.
that's what's going to get interesting.
Kentucky's probably the second best team in the country. I haven't watched a ton of other college volleyball outside of Nebraska, but it seems like Kentucky's the second best team in the country.
I really hope that for Nebraska's sake they don't play Texas. Not because I don't think they can.
I just think, like
get
on
there.
paper, I think Nebraska playing Texas at like Bob Jones Sports Center, like early season non-conference game, Nebraska sweeps them.
Oh, yeah.
But I just think that there's this expectation to win that national championship that's sort of weighed on them especially after it weighed on them after they lost Texas National Championship, and it definitely weighed on them in that Penn State game. Yeah. And after both of those, I'm just really interested to see how they will do in Kansas City because we can basically pencil them in.
Well, it's that I don't know. The biggest thing that's stuck out to me this year compared to 23 and 24 is Nebraska, but mostly DBK's ability, just so poised, unbelievably poised, being able to stay, reverse sweep against Kentucky, staying poised in that. I mean, there hasn't really been a lot of big games this year aside from the Kentucky game, both the Penn State games with last year. But it'll be interesting to see how that plays out on a bigger stage that isn't just in the Bob or, in someone else's territory. There just hasn't really been a huge holy crap game.
The only thing is that Nebraska they played all of their real good opponents in the non-conference. They haven't. Big Ten's very weak this year.
Yeah.
They have not played a team like a Kentucky or Texas in a long time.
I realize Ohio State had 6 wins.
Too. Yeah, Ohio State had a rough year.
Oh my gosh.
Penn State might have been number 25, but they're not in a very good spot. The highest ranked team that I think they played throughout the year was Indiana, and they're 17. But they're gonna play some top. They did sweep Stanford at the start of the year pretty handily, but it's a long season. These teams have figured out a lot of different things. So I don't think we can pencil Nebraska for that national championship. I do think there's going to be some tough matches, some 4 or 5 setters coming up for them.
I agree.
And I think with the way Big Ten play has gone, I want to see how they answer that. I think defensively they're amazing. Offensively they're a little spotty, but when they're at their best, still amazing. They need to figure out their serving. They are very, very volatile with their serving. Virginia Adriano, for example, an amazing serve when it's not sailing out of bounds. I think she hit someone on Friday who was sitting on the other end of the court. But when she gets it in the court,
yeah, insane.
It's very, very hard.
Yeah, well, she's so tall. It's just there's no peak of the serve. It's just downwards. It's just downwards. And I don't know. I feel like she's trying new things this year.
Yeah,
which,
especially because she is technically a freshman.
She is a freshman, but and I'm all for trying things. But when those serves started really heating up this year, it was the last 4 games of the year, and I'm that's not really the time to be doing that.
Yeah, I think Penn State, they had 7 aces and 7 serving errors. I think again they've had sets of 4 or 5 serving errors in a set. I think you can beat Penn State's and you can beat other Big Ten teams with that. If you're doing that against Kentucky, I do think that will be a problem. And that was the problem for them 2 years ago against Texas. It was just those small things, the serve receive and their serving. They just couldn't get figured out.
Macy served really well on Saturday. Not what we're probably not going to see a lot of her, but she did serve. She did serve very well in her senior year.
When they are on, this team is on. Bergen Riley and Adriano on Friday both had back-to-back aces separately.
Well, then also didn't Andy Jackson set a new Big Ten record?
Yep,
hitting.
Percentage? Yeah, it was 5, 6.
Incredibly,
593, I think.
Her and Alec are both
insane.
some of the most efficient hitters in the country, while also being amazing defensively.
I think it.
There were multiple times this year watching Andy Jackson where I'm just how is she jump? She will jump too high. She will jump maybe the set's a little low, but she will jump too high.
Yeah, and she's just so efficient. I don't remember what her hitting percentage was on Saturday, but she was 7 kills in. I'm it's killing every attack. She had a 1,000 game where she was 9 for 9 last week or 2 weeks ago.
I'm not the most knowledgeable person on volleyball, but based off this team, Andy Jackson has to be the best volleyball player I've ever seen play in person.
Wow,
that might be a little hyperbolic, but just anytime she's going up, she's on that slide going for a hit. I'm that's a kill. That's a kill.
It's automatic.
Insane athleticism. Yeah, it is automatic. It's just I mean, that's just this Nebraska volleyball team.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's
2013 Bama.
Yeah. Yeah, I was about to say there's very few times in sports where okay, this is what's gonna happen. If you're going, I'm trying to think, what's
many
automatic?
instances.
Steph Curry from the corner. Klay
What?
Thompson off a catch and shoot. That's going in. That's going in.
got it.
Andy Jackson.
Andy Jackson, yeah.
Yeah, that's the point that we're getting to right
yeah.
now. Where it's just what's going.
You see her on the slide. You can see it in the defensive faces. They're you can see someone in the back row revving up. They're I'm
nothing
cooked.
You can do. There's
I'm
nothing
cooked.
you can do.
Yeah,
And that's insane.
It's like having, and as far as like the depth of the team, we've talked about this countless times, but it's like having J. Jeff and Jamar Chase as your 1 and 2 wide receivers. That's how it is.
Yeah, I do think the equivalent is Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson for Rebecca Alec and Andy Jackson, because you know what you're getting with both of them. You know they're gonna get a kill or get that block.
It's inevitable.
And I feel like when Io Begche, if you threw her in there, it'd be the same thing. Yeah. The middle pipeline that they have, and all their best recruits are middle. The middle pipeline that Nebraska has is insane. I use that word a lot to describe this team.
But this team is just insane.
Yeah.
You can say it as many times as you want, and it's probably understating it.
So it'll most definitely be a sweep against the Ukraine Sharks.
Long Island / Ukraine
the
Sharks.
Invincible Sharks.
Believe it or not, there's
Yellow
sharks
and
here on
blue is
Long
not
Island.
a crazy color palette. That's like really common.
That's a common
like a
color.
neon tie-dye yellow and blue.
Okay, Invincible. Ukraine, help me out. What else is yellow
I am
and blue?
not disrespecting the people of Ukraine.
We didn't say
didn't
you
say that.
were.
We weren't going that way.
Oh, young Samuel.
Okay, they're trying to get me canceled.
He's talking about
guys.
colors in Ukraine, not Nebraska football or volleyball or Nebraska basketball.
Segue
8-0.
or 2.
8-0 to start the season. Big week coming up. Creighton on Sunday.
8-0.
They opened at number 28 in the inaugural net rankings for this season. That is, I think in 2018, though, they opened at number 7 before eventually missing the NCAA tournament, which is a whole nother thing. They should have missed the tournament that year. But this team, they've just been very impressive. They had some kind of sputtered a bit with Winthrop and USC Upstate, but they pulled away. They won. They're still 8-0. AP poll coming out soon. They'll probably receive more votes. If they beat Creighton on Sunday, this team will be ranked.
They better be.
Well,
Rank them, cowards. Rank them.
Creighton's
Rank
not
mask
good.
them.
Creighton's not good this year. I'll say it. Plus, in that Winthrop game, they lose
Oh.
Connor Seager. Okay, tell me Creighton's good this year because they don't have a
Creighton
now, and they're like what 3-3.
Creighton, they're sputtering a bit. I do think though that double-digit win over Oregon. This team isn't a pushover. I feel like a lot of people are coming in. Nebraska's the big favorite. This is Creighton we're talking about. Creighton is always going to bring the A game like Nebraska does in this game. This game's always a toss-up. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm unbiased journalist, Mr. Nebraska Hockey Club.
No disrespect.
They're
Sorry.
not a recognized sport. We don't care.
Sorry, I'm
He's
an unbiased
fuming in
journalist.
hockey
Sorry, I'm
right
looking
now.
at this through an objective
we're okay.
lens. Sorry, I'm a professional. Actually, I'll never apologize for doing that. Back to my point. This Creighton team, they still have guys. I mean, Owen Freeman's good. Josh Dix, very good. They have Blake Harper's figuring things out. I think they're kind of throwing Hudson Greer into Slamp. I think they're figuring things out. I think they're kind of still trying to find that rotation.
Especially with all the talent they've lost, they're going to have growing pains, which sets it up perfectly for them to figure it out against Nebraska, an 8-0 team heading this way.
Yeah, this is going to be usually Nebraska's Super Bowl of the year is playing Creighton, and the Creighton this year, it's their Super Bowl.
Even
playing
then,
Nebraska.
I don't even think it is. If you talk to Creighton Blue Jay fans,
Yeah, their Super Bowl every year is playing UConn and Villanova.
yeah, they don't care. They care about this game because obviously you want to win against the team in state. That's everybody's.
Yeah,
like
say
that.
what you want about
But
Nebraska.
they don't care
No,
about this
yeah.
game.
Every time Nebraska wins, it's like
Red State.
Creighton wins.
Say what you want
whatever.
about Nebraska basketball, but their Super Bowl is never playing Purdue. Like on the schedule, it's not like, all right, we're gonna rev up and play Purdue, because most of the time they know they're probably losing that game.
Yeah.
Creighton, it's like we could take down number 1 UConn or number 1 Villanova, which they've done before.
We've also taken down.
Number
Not
one
we,
Purdue.
not we. Nebraska.
Finally got
Nebraska.
yourself.
Finally
Figured it
got
out.
it. Finally got it. See, we're
They're growing pains.
See, 2 of us are now objective journalists on this podcast.
Yeah.
3 of us,
Three of
actually,
us.
including producer Jackson. I
You
include
remembered him.
Oh, I thought we were too.
Oh.
Sorry,
Logan
that's
Logan just became the objective
I graduated.
journalist.
Yay.
I do not ever call me a J-Sker, young Samuel. You
I
are
didn't.
on
I
thin
said I'm
ice,
not a
pal.
J-Sker.
You
Roll
are
the
on
clip.
thin-
Roll the
You're
clip.
implying. The
I'm
implication
not
of
rolling
saying
the
that.
clip.
Roll the clip.
I'm not rolling
The implication of saying that is not good. I do not like the implication of
The
that. You are on
implication.
thin ice, pal.
But the implication.
It's always about the implication of saying things.
First, it was not knowing that
Insists
Sharks are near
upon
Long
itself.
Island. Now it's calling Ben and Jace.
Sorry, I haven't
3
been
strikes
to Long
and
Island.
you are out.
I haven't been to Long Island, so let's
I
get
don't
back
think-
on
I don't
topic.
think many
though.
people have been to Long Island.
I
Oh,
don't
know
now
who wants to
you're
go to Long
now you're
Island.
writing now you're steering course.
Yeah.
This is our last topic, so we can kind of just ramble on this one.
Can we not bash me, please?
We're
That's
not.
what freshmen are for.
Oh,
That's why we call you Young
Bashing.
Samuel.
That's why
Or
we call you
bashing.
Matt, young Matt. And
Are you
young
doing
Samuel.
Are you doing like the Jim Halper office to that camera over there?
yeah.
Make sure to roll that
Yeah,
in.
no, he's done that like 10 times.
We should get a counter this week. Get a counter this
the
week.
dry counter all over again?
Arby's steak nuggets. I'm sure everyone's seen that.
I hope everyone has.
Is there any like miscellaneous Husker sport things we should talk about? Beating
The fact that Connor Esijan also has an ankle injury and is out.
He was
for-
averaging
the
5
entire
points a
season,
game.
yeah.
He was playing a little bit below expectation. I think this team's fine. If there's one thing this team doesn't lack, it's shooters. I
Yeah.
think you just gotta
Well, the one
guy?
thing this team does
Next
lack
man up.
is defense.
next man up.
Yeah.
And I'm not
Yeah.
not sure if Connor Esijan was the defensive stalwart of their defense, but it's a loss. It's a loss. He's a team leader. He's like a microwave. He could heat up and give you 20 one night.
Exactly. That was a bar. The microwave guy. We got the glue guy in Sam.
You guys have never
Hoiberg.
heard that before? Microwave? That's
I know what a microwave is.
no, but like
He's like the popcorn sensor. You press it and you
Sometimes it gets burnt.
gets real-
Sometimes it's great.
popcorn sensor inside joke had to be there.
Had to be there.
Had to be there. But yeah, the microwave type of guy, someone who usually is giving you a couple points a night, but can heat up, give you 20 one night, and he was their guy for that. But I think they have guys that can do that. I think Nebraska still, as long as they have Rank Mast, and we all know who Rank Mast is.
We now all do.
We now.
As long as they have Rank Mast, I think they're fine.
Full mast.
We're all full mast.
Can we give some credit to
All four of
Jamarcus
us.
Lawrence too? I mean,
Yes.
he's played very good to this point.
Yes,
and
I
he's
do-
also a
that
shooter.
year at Rhode Island has really helped him.
Yeah,
so
I was
much.
right. I was right in that prediction that the year at Rhode Island really was beneficial for him as to developing to a true point guard.
I wonder if that was the plan the entire time.
No way. I think he wanted to be sort of what he was here at Nebraska at Rhode Island, and I think he became a true point guard over there. And it's like they entered the portal and just fit for Nebraska. I don't think that was ever the plan.
I don't know. Some people just love this state so much. And I don't know anything about Jamarcus Lawrence, but maybe he's that type of guy that's like, man, Nebraska has really done so much for me as a person. I'm going to go dip for a year, go to Rhode Island because there's nothing to do in Rhode Island. I'm just going to
Sharks.
get better at the craft.
Sure.
Yeah, first off, they have sharks. Rhode Island's northeast.
Bro,
Northeast
we're
very
talking about
spread.
Rhode Island, not Long Island.
No, they both
They're
have
two
sharks. They're
completely
both
different
islands.
things.
They both
If you're in
do.
the northeast, you got sharks. That's the rule.
You have sharks.
don't-
Rhode Island has
it-
Providence.
Providence could have shark attacks.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sharks.
And sharks. Providence might have sharks. It takes a special kind of person to like love Nebraska that much if you're not from here. I mean,
There's not
it's
sharks.
November. I have my snow boots on because it's currently snowing. Snowed 2 inches this morning.
Yeah, thanks for the day off there,
Currently.
Bennett.
Well, currently current. Yeah, we do have snow. Yes.
Currently, we
Yes,
have
current.
snow.
We're going to send it outside to our weather reporter.
Thanks a lot, Rodney Bennett. We have a no confidence vote for you on this podcast, and it's 4-0 unanimous. Thank you for joining Sideline Pulse.
We
I'm
didn't even
Ben
talk about
Beecham.
women's basketball. They won the Emerald Coast Classic.
That was your. We had.
It's your
there was
beat.
there was a point for you to bring it up, and you didn't bring it up.
When was that point?
When you said,
We
"Is there
said
any-"
I asked miscellaneous. You go Connor.
Yeah, you
Oh,
You care more
watched-
about
I
Connor
watched that.
Season than your own beat.
okay. I thought it
Wow.
was more important to bring up since I didn't see the segue. This
Brit
is why you're
Prince,
the
that's
segue
the
guy.
segment for women's basketball. That's all
Yeah,
you
she
need to
put up
know.
30 twice. Like, she's going. They're net 15th in the country right
Yeah, I
now.
tried to end the podcast with a Rodney Bennett joke, and you guys completely derailed it. Completely derailed.
Well, that kind of sums up Rodney Bennett's turn.
It was a-
Anyway, that's the end of Sideline Pulse. I'll let you finish it now.
No, I think you got it.